There's a song that I hear every morning of the boats as they roll out to sea. As the chorus rolls on, the tide flows so strong, makes a natural seafaring song. And it follows the tide down the channel.
Listen to that.
Welcome, one and all. It is Wednesday night. Welcome to Strange Theory.
Strange Theory.
So, my buddy, Chris Coote,
JP Cormier.
the lovely Ginger, is in the house. And our copious sponsors.
Our cornucopia of
Our
sponsors.
cornucopia of partners. Boucher Guitars,
Yep.
Levy's Leather Straps, G&G Music, Citadel Music, Brickhouse Guitars, K&K Sound, Gallagher Guitars, where I will be in about a week's time.
Lucky dog.
Recording King, Alvarez Yeri, Yamaha Canada. Ooh, big news coming there. James Martin Instruments, Kilkenny, Ireland. Cody Guitars,
The local boy.
the local boy. D'Addario, the Eric, Apollo Picks, Epiphone Gibson.
Yeah, buddy.
Close Guitars.
Yeah.
Oh yeah. Blue Chip Picks. Toad Slam! LR Bags. Maestro Hose and Guitars from Singapore.
Yowza.
George Crackett. Release the Crackett. And our friends at the SPCA. It's a great night to be here.
It's chilly, but it's a great night to be here.
I'm standing outside and freezing my buttocks.
Nerds off.
Nerds. Nerds. Nerds is a word that should be used more often in the English language.
We need to bring nerds back.
Nerds is an important word and has been neglected
It has.
for many, many years.
Yeah.
But
Freezing
you know,
my nerds off.
that's right. But you know what else?
What else?
Welcome
Two.
to String Theory. Here's John and Chris and Ginger. So it's great to be back. Hey, what do you got there? Oh,
I got a beer.
Oh,
I got a Gallagher beer.
a Gallagher beer, and I'm drinking a Japanese Sapporo.
Wow.
Well, that's interesting.
Bit of a
wasn't
spilly
it?
talk.
There was a little, there was a little bit of stuff going on there, wasn't
This
there?
is a Gallagher Light.
Gallagher Light. This
Less
is
calories.
a Sapporo from Japan.
Tastes great. Less filling.
Japan, which is where some of my favorite guitars are built. Yeri and Yamaha. From Japan. I'm enjoying Japan right now.
Go ahead and you enjoy that thing right now.
You just have to enjoy it in my ear, though.
Oh yeah, Japan.
That makes me hungry for sushi.
And
And?
I got you a present. I don't know if you noticed. I got you a present.
Oh, hell. Huh. You went to Dollarama, you cheaped out again, did you?
Yeah. But check it out.
All right, I'll check it out.
Ow!
Whoa!
And the first question goes to
Mr. Stephen
Stephen
Baker.
Becker.
Sudsy,
How the fuck are you doing, man?
what the hell are you doing here?
Stephen Becker
The old Sudsy himself.
is here from Sweden.
Sweden, yeah.
Sweden, yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, it. All I could see was a silhouette. Oh, what was going on? And when you guys play the shakers, it looks a little erotic.
Oh,
In your wildest dreams.
oh shit.
Hey, my eyes were open and it was okay.
You're still just a little excited from riding a huge, stiff aluminum phallus all the way from Sweden, yeah.
From Sweden, yeah.
I was inside that phallus.
Yeah, you were.
We're off the rails.
Stephen Baker.
At least he's not in the tub here tonight, because that would just be
Yeah,
awkward.
you're not all sudsy and wet.
Yeah.
But we're still going to call you sudsy.
Yeah.
So, because,
Oh, whatever.
There you
It's
go.
fine. It
Geez,
fits.
that beard looks like...
Never mind now.
Okay.
Don't say it. Absolutely
The
not. fucking
first real question goes to...
say it. That is actually the first excellent question because
What his beard's like?
no, who the first question goes to?
Oh,
Because like everyone's just having a good old chat.
Okay, so there's nobody asking questions
well,
at all.
nobody cares.
So,
Oh wait, I found one.
Oh,
you got one?
Yeah.
Okay, all right. I was about to get all serious there.
What were we going to do?
I don't know. Pull my pants off. What the fuck? I don't know.
You stood up for something.
I was pulling my pants down.
All
Okay,
right.
get next.
No, you weren't. No.
What do we got?
It's a question from Alan Melkert.
He's not
Okay.
new. He's not new.
Really?
He's got a little Jill face.
Yeah.
Okay.
Alan's been here
Alan,
before.
welcome, Alan. Love you.
Always great to see you. I've grown up with a K Yari, and it finally needs a fret dressing. What a gem of a guitar. Who would you recommend I bring it to? I live in the London, Ontario area.
Oh, okay. London, Ontario. Jesus.
I don't know anybody up there.
I used to know people there when John Malone was working, but they're gone. They were bought by L&M. So
L&M would know where to send you.
that's exactly right.
Yeah.
I mean,
Yeah.
if you wanted to go to the local L&M in London, my hometown, London, Ontario. Go to L&M and see about, maybe ask around and see if anybody's used their tech, because they're a great store, L&M. It doesn't necessarily mean their tech is
Great.
great.
But they'll know who
But
the players are.
they will know who ask the players around town.
Yeah.
And if they can recommend the tech at L&M, use them.
Yeah.
Because it's going to be cheap. It's only $75 an hour to get work done at L&M, and generally speaking, you can probably get an entire fret job done for $150.
Yeah.
It
Should
only
be
take
able
a
to.
couple hours.
Yeah.
Yeah. So yeah, Jack's making a bet on
There you go.
Steven's
Hey,
hood.
Snarfle Machine.
Hey there, Jacko. I'm the boy.
Did we forget something?
Well, Capo Corner. Really, all we can talk about Capo Corner right now is that Mr. Baker
Is here.
and I are embarking tomorrow on a pretty major trip, aren't we?
We are.
We are.
We're covering a lot of ground.
We are. We're leaving here tomorrow
Covering a
morning.
lot of ground just sitting there.
Yeah.
We're-
Well,
Don't take that shit.
Wow.
I've been called worse by better.
Yeah.
Oh.
I like
wow,
it.
I know
like
you're
that.
not, but what am I?
I'm not the one wearing the fucking orange fish shirt,
He gave me the shirt.
because he knows you're... Okay, never mind. So anyhow, we're going to...
He knows I like sushi.
Yeah, you
Yeah.
like sushi, all right. Yeah, sushi. Starfish.
What are you
You like-
insinuating there? Tuna
There.
breath?
Nothing, it's YouTube. I can't say that. So anyhow,
Elaborate.
Thank you for already gone over. Yeah, now move on.
we are embarking on a massive trip.
You're never
massive
getting anywhere
trip, right?
today.
Well, we're on a massive
I
trip
think you're
now.
having a massive trip right now.
So,
Send help.
anyhow,
Where are you going?
we are going to Kentucky
Fried chicken.
to meet Eli Patrick.
Nice.
And then we're going from there to Norman, Oklahoma, where I will play at the Depot and then the Blue Door in Oklahoma City, which is a major, major folk venue. I can't even believe I'm playing there, but Baker has friends and connections and stuff, and suddenly I got a gig at the Blue Door.
Nice.
I just know
And-
the best people.
There you go. And then we're leaving there, and we're going to Murfreesboro, Tennessee,
To see the boys
at Gallagher Guitars, the big birthday celebration. I'm going to
Yes,
get
sir.
to meet the Gallagher family is going to be there. It's going to be awesome.
Sounds like a
I'm
good
probably
trip.
going to cry. I could see that coming.
I'm crying because I can't go with you.
And
You
sh-
can,
and
you
you
choose
should
not
be.
to.
Yeah,
I
yeah.
choose to work.
You choose to
to
wear
have a
that
job.
I
fish
choose
shirt.
to have a job there,
Look,
software head.
look, all you have to do is get
Starfish
shit canned,
boy.
and then you can do whatever you want for 2
Yeah.
weeks.
Why don't you? Yeah. Okay. Anyhow,
Anyway.
Any hoot.
but any hoot, any hoot. So,
That's Capo Corner, the big tour.
That was just chaos.
and
is what that
also,
was.
I should mention
Yeah.
this too. I'm going to be reviewing this guitar.
You need a lazy Susan for guitars.
I do.
I should invent that.
You should.
A lazy Susan for
I'm going to
guitars.
be. I'm going to be reviewing
Right?
this guitar
That's a good
very
idea.
shortly.
Select an axe, I'll call it.
Select an axe.
Select an axe.
This
Yes, Seamus?
is a Norman.
It's a Norman.
And Norman is important.
Hold it up higher.
Because why?
A Norman is a piece of history.
Because Norman,
Boucher history.
Robin Boucher's uncle.
That's right.
And I procured this guitar today through my friends at Long and McQuaid in Bedford. And this instrument is absolutely fabulous. And this will be reviewed very shortly, as soon as I get back from the trip.
Hey,
That is
JP,
the
what does it
DNA.
sound like when you play a song on it?
Well, we'll find that out later, perhaps, as
It's a
time
TNT
goes
is-
forward.
Do you have that drink in your face yet?
What?
You don't
Yeah, you
need...
should probably try
This,
that.
no.
Drink in your face.
He's been here all day.
Connect.
Well, speaking of good guitar techs, there's a comment from Mr. Doug Sampson.
No, fuck.
Oh, Doug Sampson.
Sampson. What are you doing, Doug? Why are you not here with us tonight?
He says, great seeing you and Steven today.
What is that?
JP, safe travels to America, brother.
Yeah.
I'm going to tell you something. Doug Sampson's retired.
Yep.
Doug Sampson did every bit of my guitar work for 30 years. And he is the man.
He is the man in the Maritimes.
There's no one better
Yep.
in all of my 40-year career that I ever met that I trusted as much as Doug, and you too. You're a tremendous tech.
Doug is
And
Doug's Yoda, though.
yes, but the thing
Doug is Yoda.
the thing I think I'm getting at is we all need a guy like Doug in our lives as guitar players. That you can this guy that's asking about where to get his stuff done in London.
Right.
Well, if you're lucky enough in your lifetime, you'll find someone like Doug Sampson, or you'll find someone like Chris, who can fix and build anything electronic. I mean, I've been blessed to have these people in my life.
Like when you dropped your studio equipment off the credenza.
That's right. And he fixed it.
I
And
fixed it.
so,
Back to Doug.
but I'm just saying, there's, to have that kind of guy in your life,
Yeah.
you can always count on. You can take a guitar or two. I just picked up 2 guitars from him today. One of them was my Epiphone from the Montana shop.
Yeah.
My Epiphone Frontier, which is one of the most brilliant instruments I've ever owned. And Doug was floored by it. And he put an SGI pickup in it.
Yep. Yes, sir.
SGI, okay, from Brickhouse Guitars. If you're looking for a sensor pickup and you don't want to try the K&Ks, the SGI is the way to go.
Same thing, but different.
Same thing but different. And you may prefer one over the other, but the SGI sensor pickups are the best thing I've put in my guitar for years. And
That's not a K&K.
that's not a K&K, right? Because K&K is the king.
It's nice to have the SGIs now because the K&Ks and the SGIs are different.
They
and
are.
it's nice to have a choice based on what the instrument is to say, hey, I think this pickup is more suited to this instrument
That's right.
than the other.
Yep.
So to have a choice in it is very cool.
Yeah, it is. It's because there's certain applications the K&K would be great for, and certain applications the SGI is for.
Certain applications that a full-on bag system would be good for.
Right.
Right? It all depends on the artist,
Yeah.
how much they're playing, where they're playing, what they're doing.
Yep.
You know,
How comfortable they are with
how
having
tech savvy they are.
if it's a battery system
Yeah.
or not a battery system.
Yeah.
All these things. So it's just awesome to have these choices. And as I'm saying before, to have a guy like Doug around who kept us all going. It's not just me.
Yeah.
Hundreds of players depended on him to install the latest and greatest pickup systems, keep our guitars fretted, keep our guitars set up with the action we wanted. Blah blah blah.
Do repairs when you broke something.
Exactly.
Like broke something.
And I mean we're harping on this, but it's weird to know that he's not there anymore at L&M. He's retired. He's
But
retired.
I did pass a friend of mine along to Doug with Doug's permission.
Yes, exactly.
Who used to take his guitars to Doug at L&M.
Yep.
And now Doug has taken care of him. So anybody, if you can search out Doug Sampson, even though he's retired, feel free to ruin his retirement because he's still around.
Buy yourself a
He
vote
is
for
one
Doug Sampson.
badass mofo for your guitars.
And
if
I guess
you can find him, you might be able to talk him into working.
And I guess what I'm saying to all of you is, wherever you are in the world, you need to find the Doug Sampson in your area.
But you
The
don't.
guy-
You guys don't have Doug Sampson.
No, you don't have Doug
You have
Sampson.
a
But
shell.
you can find these people exist everywhere.
Yeah.
And they're guitar gurus, and it's incredibly important when you're like me or anybody that's I make my entire living off of live performance and YouTube and all these other things that I do. But
Nice, Jack.
poor Jacko.
Jackie
But he's 11. He's 77 years old. I'm very old. And you need to have that infrastructure. Every guitar player needs that guy.
Yeah.
Right? And it's awesome. And we love you, Doug.
And Doug is not only like that guy. You should hear Doug Sampson rocking a guitar himself.
Exactly.
Yeah.
One of the reasons Doug is such a great
Luthier.
luthier and tech is because he can play like he can just he's a great guitar player. So
I had the honor of mixing a gig several weeks ago that Doug was playing on. He was part of an ensemble.
I heard about that.
Yeah, the old Miles from Nowhere gig.
Yep.
Yeah,
So
a lot
anyhow,
of horsepower there.
we go off on a tangent, but we love Doug, and
Yeah.
we think that there's other Dougs all around the world.
Not quite as good as Doug,
Yeah, but they're there.
but possibly way
They're
better.
there. Yeah, possibly, yeah. Yeah, possibly way better. Yeah. I mean, I've used Doug for 30 years, but you can find a guy to blow his shit right out of the water.
Oh yeah, blow the doors right
Oh,
off
yeah.
that guy.
Just make him look like a fucking midget.
Last time I
Anyhow.
saw Doug, I had to tell him where the frets were.
Yeah.
Yeah. Anyway.
Yeah. Anyhow, yeah.
Love you, Doug.
You guys
I
are
had
out
to
of
tell him what the
control.
sound hole was for.
Yeah.
Okay, next!
Wrong hole.
Finally.
Stephen Baker!
was
Damn! Stephen Baker's here!
Hey!
Stephen Baker.
We should have had him as shower captain.
Yeah, well,
you
we
should
could
wear a
have just
shower
put a
cap
little
and a rubber
bassinet over there.
Yeah.
Could have sat with his knees up in the water, the floods.
You just wait. He told me you were going to bathe him in the morning.
I don't think so. Okay, next.
We have a super chat from Ian Rossiter.
Ian Rossiter.
Hey, Ian,
I tried to Facebook or whatever message you.
FaceTime?
No, messenger.
Facebook.
Messenger thingy.
Face chat.
Snap
Snap face.
Fuck face. Yeah. You know, go ahead. What? Yes.
Ian.
He says, Sudsy looks like you dug up Jerry Garcia for a weekend at Bernie's string theory. Love you, buddy.
That sounds like a good time.
Oh, shit.
Oh, my. He
Can
ain't much to look at, is he, Ian?
Wait a minute. When did people start commenting on my
Put shit up on the screen.
page? Oh, shit.
Super chat from Derek Mosier.
Hey, Derek.
Derek. Right on.
That's new.
Will
No,
we
he's
get to
not.
no?
No. I went to high school with Mosers, man. That's a Bridgewater name.
Put my bird in your mouth, would you?
Why does it have to be so weird?
It's Derek Moser. How you doing, buddy?
Derek.
Love you, brother. Thanks for coming in.
Will we get to hear a preview of you and Sudsy this evening?
A preview of me and Sudsy.
I think they might think that you're playing together.
No, we're not. No.
We're drinking
He's
together.
just drinking and driving.
Yeah.
But not
But not
Not at
Same
the same
time.
time.
We are drinking and driving.
Yes.
But
in
not at
turn,
the same time.
Not
No.
simultaneously.
Right.
We're just driving along,
Yeah.
doing our thing.
Sudsy's going to
I'll
be
drive.
Sudsy's going to be moral support and the merch lady
Yeah.
at
Yeah.
the gigs.
He's me for the weekend.
He could well be.
Yeah.
All right.
Super chat from Colin Dolan.
Colin Dolan.
Colin.
Sweet.
That's not new.
No, it sure
No,
ain't.
Colin don't.
Great to see y'all back together. JP, did you ever meet Johnny Cash?
No.
Oof.
I wish. So I'll tell you a story about Johnny Cash. When I was working with Jerry and Tammy Sullivan, Marty Stewart was producing us. Marty Stewart was Johnny's son-in-law. He wasn't at the time. He was divorced from Cindy, but him and John stayed very close. And I ended up at a house party at John's house. And John and June were on vacation over in Europe. But the house was open. I think I told this story on my Life of Music thing, but ended up there at a jam session at John's house with Marty, and a bunch of us were playing. Mm-hmm. And the crowning moment of the night was when the power went out. And so we were looking around for lanterns and candles and everything. We had everything lit up. And there was a knock at the door, and somebody says to me, well, go answer the door. I was like, holy shit. I'm at Johnny Cash's house. I'm answering Johnny Cash's door.
Yeah, that's heavy.
Open the door.
Well, you know who it isn't.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
Open the door, and it was Roy Orbison standing there.
Holy shit.
And let him into the session.
Yeah.
He sat there with us for about 20 minutes and listened to us play, and that's the closest I came. I never met those people.
You were on hallowed ground.
I was on hallowed ground and played in the house, and I never saw the whole house. I just went as far as the living room where the music was, and so that was. I never met John. I wish I had have. I probably could have. There was lots of ways for me to do that. I was friends with Waylon Jennings, and Waylon, probably if I had asked Waylon,
you could have.
Could I meet you? Let's go see John. He probably would have took me, but I just never did it. I should have done it. We were talking tonight about how big an influence Johnny Cash was on me when I was a baby. Because the first album I ever owned was the Sun Records recording that had Ballad of a Teenage Queen and Ways of a Woman in Love, and I Got Rhythm and all that Sun record that came out, and it was a black and white photo, but it was sort of yellow and black instead of white and black.
Sepia tone.
It was really weird, sepia, yeah. And like that album, the first song I ever recognized as a baby at 3 years old, I was putting records on the turntable, was that song, Ballad of a Teenage Queen, that Johnny hated. He said it sounded like Twinkle Twinkle Little Star, and I don't know who wrote it, but somebody else wrote it, and Sam Phillips said, no, you need to record this. And it was a fucking hit. It was a huge hit, and still to this day, Dream on, teenage queen, prettiest girl we've ever seen. As soon as you hear that, the background singer singing that, it's so magic.
When you think of that album and the simplicity of it, compared to even like the live record from Folsom Prison, which was the first
5-piece band,
the first record I remember, the first LP that the sleeve I remember as a kid. That and the Moody Blues are the two first LPs that I remember seeing and listening to. It's funny how tight the time was between the two of those.
Yeah. I've been researching that recently because I've gone into a huge Elvis kick over the last couple of weeks. I use Audible is an app been using now for a while. And, of course, I listen to my favorite, Stephen King. I love the old novels. But some of the stuff I've been listening to recently was about Elvis. So some of the biographies and it made me go back and listen to some of the stuff that was coming out of Sam Phillips' studio. And
who were some of the artists that he was working with back then?
Well, Elvis was the first one.
Right.
Elvis was the first one that actually sold records.
And that's what attracted John.
And Roy Orbison and Jerry Lee
Lewis,
and Carl Perkins.
Yeah.
So...
Because they were all in the same they all ended up on the same circuit.
Yes.
Yeah.
And the same label.
Yeah.
They were all together, the $1 Million Band, right?
Yeah.
Which came out years later.
Yeah.
The jam session that he just happened to press record on, right?
Yeah.
But one of the things that blew me away was I went back and listened to, from listening to those autobiographies, I went back and listened to That's All Right Mama, the original recording. I wanted to hear what Phillips was hearing, right? And one of the things that blew me away about that was how much he loved guitar. Because on That's All Right Mama, you hear Elvis. He's the rhythm guitarist on that, and you hear it. The song starts with him.
Yeah.
Just playing open A with no pick. He's just beating the fucking thing with his hand.
Right.
And that sound, that was the core of that song. And Scotty and Bill, upright bass, electric guitar. And then when you go a year or so ahead and you hear Johnny Cash doing Ballad of a Teenage Queen,
Yeah.
same thing. You hear Johnny using a pick, playing an A.
Yeah. Playing
Dream
rhythm.
on, dream on, teenage. And Johnny's guitar playing was so fucking good in that cut. It was just bang on. And both guitars, of course. I don't know if Elvis was using one, but Johnny was using a Martin.
Yeah.
He had an old 18. He played that with. That's the guitar he put the $5 bill in to make that.
Yeah. To make the train
On
sound.
walk
Yeah.
the line, all that shit, right?
Yeah.
And
Chugga, chugga,
it
chugga.
blew my fucking mind because I was thinking like, okay, so here's another great story. I'm going down a rabbit hole.
Well, hang on. Before you go off there, there's there's 5 spur tracks in my head.
Oh yeah,
All right.
Where did you hear
Corner.
those recordings? That's downloaded bed tracks and stuff like that?
no, this is on Spotify.
Okay.
You can listen to those original recordings on Spotify.
the original mastered
Yep.
recordings.
Oh,
that
yeah.
went out. Okay. All right.
So
Wouldn't it be cool to be able to have
hear the reels.
the real
Yeah.
tracks? Yeah.
So here's secondary rabbit hole. That's so cool. I was playing with Jerry and Tammy Sullivan, and we played at the Alabama Music Hall of Fame induction, and we played. Some of my biggest fucking heroes were at this thing. One of the one that blew me away the worst was Sonny James, who was my hero. Because when I was a child, when I heard him do this, I just strung this. When I first heard Sonny James do this, they say for every boy and girl there's just one love in this world, and I have found mine. And young love, true love. And the solo he took. I heard Sonny James playing that stuff, and I lost my fucking mind.
Yeah.
Because it was unheard of in those days that pop, even in that time period, that anybody did anything like that, right? And so I met Sonny James that day, and when I met him, I started crying. The same way I did with Chet. I met Sonny James, and I had tears running down my face. I was like, "You're my hero. You're the first guitar player that I ever tried to play like." And he was sitting there in a windbreaker. He was the mayor of the town he lived in Alabama. That's what he did at the time. He was the mayor. He wasn't playing anymore. He was a politician,
Yeah.
right? And he just sat there and he looked at me. He smiled at me. He's like, "Man, really? I said,
Because
yeah,
at that
man.
point, that's lost on those guys.
Exactly.
Right?
I said, man, you don't understand. Like,
Yeah.
I'm and I was crying with tears running off the end of my nose. It's like, he's like, man, I don't know what to say. Like,
Yeah.
And he was watching us play. So here's the second thing that happened when we went there was a dinner. There was a dinner. There's all these round tables all over the room, and they put all the people in there, the artists, right? So my table was Alabama. The whole band was on one side, and they came around. I was sitting right beside Jeff Cook, who I became friends with because we did a fishing show together.
Right?
We did a fucking... Yeah. I was a cameraman for a sporting show
Right.
at that time, and he was on it, and so that's how we met. Right to my left was Sam Phillips.
Full circle.
Sat there,
Yeah.
and I ate a steak dinner, and sat there for 2 hours with him, with his TCB necklace on,
Yeah.
and I asked him every question you could imagine about Elvis Presley.
That he'd heard a million times before.
And he didn't give a shit.
Yeah.
He just started, he
Yeah.
loved it.
Yeah.
He was mesmerized by anybody who wanted to hear what he knew, right? And one of the things that I asked him was probably an abnormal question for Sam Phillips was, how did you record the guitars that well? Like, what was going on? How did you mic that? And he told me it was just one mic.
And that's a whole rabbit hole in itself.
It is, like, it's just one mic.
Because today we've got, how many? It's thousands of microphones.
Right? Yeah.
But you know what the best microphones are? A freaking RCA ribbon
A big,
microphone.
fat ribbon mic.
Or a Neumann ribbon microphone
Yep.
from the 1930s. Like, they're still the best mics in the world.
Yep.
Right? The choices, they didn't have the choices we have, but the choice they had was the right choice.
Yep.
Right?
And I was blown
That's
away.
cool.
I was blown away. He told me things about those sessions that I suspected, because when we see dramatizations on movies and documentaries about what Elvis did or what Johnny did or what you see it, and it's the actual studio. They film a lot of shit
In the studio, in
in that place because it's a museum now, basically. And you get an idea of just how small the room was and how small the... But Sam Phillips created something that was absolutely unbelievable.
Yeah.
He changed
Given
the
the
course
conditions.
Yeah. He changed the course of music forever with 2 microphones.
Yeah. And right place, right time, right technology.
Exactly.
Right?
Because what he was doing, there was no technology.
No.
He was, but one thing that I know about what he did was that in that time frame, he only used the best equipment he could get.
Yeah.
Right. So he did have the RCA ribbon. He did have the
77.
yeah, and he had the best reel machine, and he had the best. They sort of half invented slap back technology with, so it's pretty damn cool. Like what we take for granted, I think, is the best takeaway from all of this rabbit hole, is what we take for granted in music was well thought out by someone.
It's also, to me, it's craftsmanship.
Yeah.
If that means anything.
Exactly.
Right?
That's exactly right.
It's craftsmanship.
Yeah. Someone thought of that so that we could enjoy it.
Yeah. And they didn't have computers and Pro Tools and the internet and all the information and tech that's available today. Yeah. Some of the best recordings are still on that rudimentary recording equipment.
Yep.
Tape.
Yep.
Old ribbon microphones and everything, and it shouldn't be a dying art.
No.
Right?
Well, I just spent the last... I don't know if I should say this, but I will anyway. I just spent the last 4 days in the studio recording a record, a record with Jimmy Rankin. and I did it in Joel Plaskett's studio. One of the best producers and musicians that ever come out of the Maritimes. Him and his father, Bill.
Monster.
But we sat in a studio for 4 days in the same room with just baffle walls like they do in Nashville. Yeah. And Joel pulled out, vintage ribbon mics, vintage this and vintage that. And that record sounds incredible.
Joel has a whole fleet of vintage effects, compressors, and everything.
He has a plate reverb.
He used to He used to call me from the road and say, "I'm in this pawn shop in such and such,
right?
And there's a Uri such and such here.
Yeah,
it doesn't work, but I can get it for this much. Should I buy it? Can you fix it?" It's like, buy it and I'll fix it. He's got a whole raft full of great old gear, that's very desirable, that works.
Stuff will stand out.
It does.
I had to remember that solo.
Scratching your brain with it.
Well, Sonny James is a wicked guitar player. He played a big old Guild D55, I think it was.
Yeah.
I loved that man. God, he was so good.
Yeah.
Anyhow.
Well, rabbit hole
That was
upon
a
rabbit
hole up the
Ginger, who
yin-yang.
started that rabbit hole?
Wait,
Connect.
we didn't get through all the tangents yet. That was just
Hang on. Who started it, Ginger?
That was just
It was Colin
tangent number
Dolan.
one. but
Colin Dolan.
Holy shit.
Thanks,
There you
Colin.
Yeah.
What a great rabbit hole we went down
Yeah,
there.
thank you,
Jesus.
Thanks for
Awesome.
carrying on the job.
Yep.
Yeah.
Connects
Handed
and a
the
love
torch.
to our heroes: Johnny Cash,
Yeah.
Elvis Presley, Sonny James,
Sam Phillips.
Jack Clements,
Yeah.
who became,
man.
what did he do? Holy
Yeah.
Christ!
Yeah.
It's unbelievable what these guys produced musically in that era. It'll never be reproduced.
So
it'll never be done again.
You've just, by the sounds of it, recently gone back and kind of reset.
I
a
did.
little bit, right?
I did. I have.
I need
yeah.
to do that with
have.
my music and go back and just start listening to that Johnny Cash album again and start coming
Honest
forward
to God,
again.
I've reset so hard that I know that I've got shows to do on this trip, at least 3 of them.
Yeah.
And I have no idea what I'm going to do because I know what I'm back in that mindset again.
Yeah.
And it's a great place to be.
Yeah.
It's like, you know what? I'm going to do what I love to do.
I bet you Jimmy
Right.
Brown's coming out
It,
on this tour set.
Yeah.
So,
Right?
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Oh, yep.
Absolutely.
He used to play that for me at
Oh, yeah.
at shows that we were doing, that
Absolutely.
I was doing mixing for him because he knew it was my favorite song.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Good one.
Yeah.
Okay, next.
Good.
Super chat from Jamie Reed.
Jamie
Hey,
Reed.
Jamie. Happy Wednesday, brother.
Says, God, can only imagine the carnage you 3 get up to together. I'm guessing Mr. Baker is the worst influence of the 3.
I wish Chris was going with us, but you got to fly. So.
Yeah, I got to work. It's a heavy
Some of
month.
us have jobs.
Next. Next.
Super chat from Blair Svensson.
Blair
Blair,
Svensson.
Mr. Blair, how are you, brother?
JP, how did you decide upon Eyeing the Sky to cover the last track of Leather and Dust?
Oh,
It wasn't a decision. It was just I absolutely love that song.
yeah.
And I was at my house. This is long before not long, but before I was so blessed to meet the lovely Ginger. And I was in my house alone in my well, she knows how lucky I am.
Yeah, you are lucky.
Yeah.
You should know
I
it.
got a horseshoe up my arse.
Yeah.
And I was sitting in my house all alone in Westville.
When you know
And I thought to myself, I've always done this. This is not new for me. I was sitting around the house one day and I was thinking, God damn, I want to figure something out, right? And that song was a go-to for me. My whole life. That song just blew me away.
Yeah.
Every time I heard
There's
it.
so much information
There
in that
is.
song.
There's so much sonic information
Yeah.
in that song. It's ridiculous. And so I sat down at the computer one day and I put it on Apple, Music and put
Listen
it
to
on repeat.
Yeah.
And I made this acoustic version of it. in a key I could sing the notes. And that night, this is years ago, that night I went to Dave's and said, let's record this song. And so he didn't even know what the hell I was doing. I said, okay, give me a rhythm track. And I put the rhythm track down.
Yeah.
And then I put a couple other things down. I said, okay, give me a lead vocal. And he knew what it was.
Yeah.
But then I started singing the lead, and he's like, oh my God, this is wicked.
Yeah.
I said, okay, you play bass on it. And we designed the harmonies. And
That song is something only you and Dave, though, could do together like that and build that. That's a puzzle song.
it is. It's a
Right?
jigsaw puzzle.
It's a jigsaw puzzle. And all that, you guys nailed all that information in there.
yeah.
And we've been searching ever since for like, what's the next one?
Right.
What's the next one? And
yeah.
we keep pitching songs to each other.
Because we think it's a decade thing.
Yeah.
We keep saying it's an 80s thing, but it
Yeah.
may not be
It
an
may
80s
not be.
thing. No.
Yeah.
It's probably something else.
Yeah.
But we don't know what it is yet.
Yeah.
But David and I and Coot is he's been with us for so long that he knows you and I have the same musical taste.
Yeah.
We are drawing from the same pool.
We're 80s babies.
Yeah. We
Not babies.
draw from the same pool, so
You wish.
and Dave does to a certain extent
Yeah.
too. I think he's
Dave's like not more 90s, but
yeah.
He's
Eventually,
there's other songs out there.
oh yeah, I wouldn't be surprised to hear other things occur in future projects because I can't stop doing that.
Yeah, and
I
they're
can't
so
stop bringing
satisfying
that,
to listen to.
Oh man, because they're so good.
Yeah.
They're so well written. There's so much musical and like chord progression information in those songs. It makes it makes today's music look fucking horrible.
Song
right?
structure, chord progression, the twists on it,
Yep.
the harmonies are just
And the lyric, the story in the lyric.
not in a conventional way
No.
because it was the 80s.
Yep.
But still, there is so many quality songs out there.
Oh yeah,
That would lend themselves to that.
hundreds of them probably.
That's like a deep dive.
It
Deep
is.
dive song.
That's
to
another
record.
deep dive. Yeah, it was.
Yeah.
And unbelievably, we cut and mixed that song in one night.
Yeah.
One night. Because as soon as we realized what it was we were doing and how awesome it was, how awesome that song was, we're like, okay, like track after track after track after track, like just copying what they did.
Tone slap down.
And so yeah, it was an awesome experience just to record it. You know.
Good
So,
question.
yeah.
Good question.
Try next.
We have a two-part question from Bram Avery.
Bram.
Hey, Bram.
Oh, this guy's carrying it.
So the first question is for Mr. Baker.
Whoa.
Oh, well, Sudsy, let's just pull back, JP. Sudsy's got us.
How much time with Coot is too much?
Oh, 5 minutes?
5
30
minutes.
seconds.
No, I don't. I
phone
don't know
call?
yet. I love
One
hanging
A
out.
phone call.
One
One
Hanging out with
text.
This guy, he's got soft hands, and he's
Soft hands. Holy
Gives
shit.
good hugs.
Limber up, you got to be on the road with him for a week.
Oh yeah. Try next.
more than a week.
Well, you know what? I'm not done.
Oh,
So
it was
the
two-part.
second part of his question is for JP. When you play Shenandoah, you substitute the B minor for a major chord. What is it? Or am I just hearing things?
When I play Shenandoah,
Play it through and figure it out.
Substitute the B minor for a major chord. What is it? Or am I just hearing things?
okay. So if I was playing Shenandoah, so I've actually cut the song. I actually cut the song as a vocal, which was completely different than what I play on the guitar. Like when I cut it as a vocal, it was ocean. I love to see you far away. You roll ocean. I love to see you. such a sad song.
Yeah.
That song was. There's a legend about that song, which may or may not be true. I don't even know. What I heard was that song was taken from a letter that was pulled from the pocket of a dead soldier in the Civil War, who had written a letter to his sweetheart, who died on the shores of the river, right, in a battle.
Yeah.
And that's how the song came to be. I don't know if that's true or not, but it's goddamn sad and poignant, right?
Thanks for spoiling the ending.
So, so if I play it instrumentally, it's that's all major.
Major what?
That's a B minor.
Yeah.
And then an A. G, D.
Yeah.
It's a B minor.
So you do put the B
It's the
minor.
E minor shape
Yeah.
of the B
So
minor.
when you're playing it, when you're singing it, you're
And I keep it, it's just 1, 4, and 5
right.
otherwise.
Because
The only off
You're-
chord is
you're-
that B minor.
yeah.
Yeah. But if I was singing it, it would be Oh Shenandoah, I love your daughter. Far away rolling river.
Yeah.
Oh Shenandoah, a left straight minor.
Yeah.
I love your daughter, B minor. Away, I'm bound away. Then E minor, cross the wide Missouri.
Totally
It's
different way of
such a
thinking about
beautiful
it
song.
when you're singing with it.
Yeah.
Because you need the sus chords in there and
Yeah,
the
there's-
inversions
Exactly.
to create the tension to carry the vocal.
Exactly.
Yeah.
When you're saying the lyric, when you're pushing the lyric, the
Yeah.
story of the
The
song.
lyric is in the major.
Yes.
But the guitar has to accompany that and create the tension to lead you to the next phrase.
There's
yeah.
way more going on when you're singing it.
Yeah,
Because it has to carry the story,
exactly. Yeah.
which is so sad. Like, and it's when you think, and when you, if you consider that legend is true, that it was really a letter pulled, a blood-soaked letter pulled out of a soldier's pocket.
Yeah,
Man, that's fucking sad,
that is.
right? And the Civil War is a tremendously sad piece of history.
All
right?
war is.
All war is. So, anyhow, so that's sort of. I hope
This is-
I hope that
That
helped.
uplifting note.
This is like Rabbit Show Central.
Rabbit, yes,
Rabbit
rabbit
episode.
hole, arsehole central.
Yeah.
Next.
There's a question from The Sound of Video Games.
Where's all the fancy jar liquor?
The jar liquor's right here.
Jar
Is it
liquor.
jar liquor? Are you okay?
Laughing gas.
I just burped in your jar liquor.
I'll just put
Jar
that
liquor?
over here. and
What
get
do you got
some-
over there now, Jimmy?
A question from The Sound of Video Games.
That's
Ooh, that
new.
is new.
I don't think I've ever said that
There's
before.
no way that's
Bigger?
not new.
Yeah.
Your one chance to say it.
Connect.
That's new.
That's new.
I already
Dumbass.
said that.
And he
Snoot,
missed
you.
it. But you
Are
didn't.
you not fucking paying attention?
No, apparently not.
Yeah, apparently you're not.
Okay, what's the sound of video games?
I already said that's new. I was up
Okay,
on the next
easy
thing.
Super Mario.
He wasn't correct. You
Super
said it.
Mario.
What
Look at Jill staring at you. Or B. You want to go B?
Really good bead.
Yes. What was the question?
Next.
Stand by. JP, do you know of anyone that makes a 12-string parlor guitar? I've been looking online and haven't had much luck.
There's no such thing.
No, it would fold in half conveniently
there's
for
no
travel.
such thing. 12, there's no such thing as a 12-string parlor. There's no such thing.
Maybe
Folds
they could
conveniently in half for travel.
The smallest 12-string you can buy is an OM, and Robin Boucher builds the best one in the world.
Yeah.
And that's all I can tell you. There's no such thing as a travel 12-string. It would explode. There's just no way. Implode. It would fuck you up.
It
It would
both
take out
implode
all
and
your
explode.
eyes and your balls.
It would leave scars.
and both nipples. Okay, next.
Dramatic. Super chat
Good
from
question.
Terry Short.
That's new.
No.
No.
Fuck.
Absolutely.
Okay, Terry. Yeah, go ahead.
Northern Guitars. I inherited one made in Japan.
Oh.
Awesome.
Never
I never heard of them.
No.
But good on you. Anytime you get things from people dying, it's awesome.
Sounds Canadian.
Yeah.
Northern guitars.
Was he run over by a reindeer? Or
Yeah,
what?
Northern
Okay.
Japan.
Okay, next. All good. That's awesome.
Super chat from Bill Smith.
Bill Smith.
Hey, Bill.
Longtime viewer, first time caller.
Attaboy. Attaboy.
Boy.
Question.
Good question.
Good question.
Welcome to the Jerry Springer Show.
Yeah.
If a K&K pickup is installed using cyanoacrylate and it fails...
What? Using what?
Cyanoacrylate.
What is that?
Acrylate?
Glue.
Glue.
Okay.
Fancy word for glue.
Fancy word for the glue that we use to install
Right.
the K&Ks.
Cyanoacrylate.
Yeah.
And it fails. How would you remove it without destroying the bridge plate?
I don't see how it would fail.
Yeah.
Well, if
So-
the sensor was bad, you've had
So
one in...
this is a question for Chris, but let me put it this way:
But he's gonna talk.
there is a chemical. There's a chemical that will dissolve crazy glue that you can use. That K&K recommends. I'm not sure what it is, but I've never had to do it. But there is a chemical that will dissolve crazy glue, right?
You take the pickup, the sensor off with a reinforced razor blade. So a reinforced scraper using a straight razor. The wood of the bridge plate is petrified because of the cyano soaking into it, but it is hardwood.
Yeah.
You can apply a release agent for the cyano that will dissolve it, but it's meant to be used on cyano that's freshly applied. Like if you're stupid and you glue all your fingers together.
How many times?
And you put
Ladies and gentlemen, Chris
yeah,
Coote.
yes, yeah. I've used it often.
Yes.
How many times have I had my hand inside a guitar
attached
with you standing there?
Yes, attached to the inside of my guitar.
Right, and after the 2 minutes of holding the
You'll have it-
sensor
you'll
on
have it-
there,
you'll have
I
it
try
glued to
and
this one,
pull
surely.
my hand out and I can't. Yeah.
Yeah.
Anyway, yes, you can get them out. I would not call it a user serviceable thing,
No.
and the chances that you actually have a bad piezo sensor in that K&K pickup,
It's about 3%.
it's less
Probably
than
less
that.
than
Yeah.
that.
It's less
You've
than
had
that.
one in ever.
Yeah, it's less than that.
We've had one fail.
We've
Yeah,
had
one
one,
in ever.
but it wasn't
in
it
16
wasn't
years.
but it wasn't the piezo sensors. It was the cabinet jack.
Right.
It wasn't the piezo sensors.
Yeah, so
it was the
check
cabinet
your jack.
Yeah,
Check that
Check
the
the
jack,
cabinet
check
jack.
check that the connection to the jack is not bad
yeah,
before you decide to try to pull off
yeah.
sensors that aren't
Yeah.
meant to be pulled off.
Exactly.
So,
Take it to a technician that knows those pickups and knows electronics.
right on. Correct.
Oh, are we keeping you up, Muffin?
Yes, we are, you marshmallow faced bastard.
What is that?
Wow,
Where?
you were waiting to pull that one out all night long.
I don't know where that came
I
from.
don't even.
I don't know what that was. Sorry.
What does that even mean?
Marshmallow faced. What the fuck was
I
that?
don't know because
I don't.
it's funny,
It makes
but it's
no sense.
Sampson
You marshmallow faced bastard.
I think Baker's jet lag is rubbing off. On
Baker's
us.
not even
It's not
here.
contagious.
No.
He's just sitting here looking at us like
Look.
we're idiots.
I'm just happy to be here.
We're happy to have you.
Here, just touch my bird.
Test my bird.
Well,
Connect.
I'm not touching my own bird this show.
Jesus. Super chat from Michael Easter.
Hey,
Michael Easter! Yeah.
Michael Easter egg. What are you gonna lay
Love that
today?
guy.
Says, hello to Sudsy. Best wishes to both on the trip.
Yeah,
Sweet,
Oh,
thank
thanks,
you.
buddy.
that's gonna be a fun trip,
Okay,
especially
next.
going to Gallagher. Holy
Yeah.
crap!
Oh.
That's going to be
The
incredible.
whole thing is just.
It's huge.
Could you kidnap David and bring him back?
Well, I want to kidnap Jim Hurst, too, and play with him.
Oh, well, a big car.
That's going to be deadly.
He's
There's
a big
two
girl,
of
yeah.
us.
That guy
Lots
scares
of
the
room.
living
You know,
shit out of me.
Robin and Guillaume come down on a regular basis and visit us.
Yes.
Why does David not come up?
Well,
and
he's going
visit
to
us?
have to come and see us.
Yeah.
No question. Next!
Super chat from Lori Como.
Lori Como.
Hey, Lori.
Happy to see you review my new HG44 parlor. How is
Sweet.
the tone different from Ladybird?
Well, one is a prototype and one is not. So that's the answer to the question.
Is it though?
My Ladybird is unique. There's something about her that embodies everything that Robin does in small body guitars. Because he makes the best small body guitars in the world.
He
There's
does.
nobody that can touch him. So mine's a prototype. So the new ones are like the refined version.
The production versions.
Yeah, the
Yeah.
refined, perfect versions of Ladybird, who I wouldn't trade for $1 million. That guitar is the first one that he made that he kept together.
Yeah.
They didn't, recycle.
Yeah.
And I'll never part with it. And even though, the new ones would be
Yeah.
slightly tonally better and structurally better and whatever. Ladybird's
The guitars
gem,
that guitars that we just saw when Guillaume and Robin were here
unreal.
are absolutely mind-bendingly
Unbelievable.
stellar.
Unbelievable.
Yeah.
Yeah. Next.
Super chat from Michael Easter.
Michael Easter.
Right.
Oh, Michael, the rabbit Easter egg.
Oh, twice in one day.
I know, right?
Wow.
Must be exhausted over
Yeah.
there.
Welcome home, Michael. So,
Look, Michael has a fresh sack of potatoes.
Yep.
Yep.
Coot's wardrobe provided by Colonel Blake from MASH.
No.
Sudsy's
No.
wardrobe provided by the Grateful Dead and Charles Manson.
Coots wardrobe provided by
Sudsy.
Sudsy
Sudsy.
2 years ago.
Next.
oh, right, yeah. That
2
came,
years ago.
That came
Yeah.
from Oklahoma.
Yeah.
He
That's
did.
Right.
That's
yeah.
right.
We're going
I was
back
there when he picked that up for
We're
you.
going back there.
The same
It's
store.
it's in
Yeah.
the fucking
We're
itinerary.
going to it, yeah. Okay, next.
Truthfully.
Super
brother.
chat from Jamie Reed.
Hey,
Jamie Reed.
Back to Elvis. It was the 1968 comeback special that made me start playing guitar. Lottie Miss Claudie and Baby What You Want Me to Do were my favorites.
Yeah. I remember that. I mean, I was born a year later, but that was still part of my life when I grew up. I had the album.
What year?
From that. 68.
68.
A comeback special
Yeah.
they did on television, yeah.
Man, that was 68?
Yeah, 68, yeah.
My gee,
Wow,
that
you
seems...
must be old.
No,
God, you
I'm
weren't born
65, dude, but like, that's 68, and that was Elvis's comeback.
Yep.
I still remember my neighbor walking across to my yard and telling me Elvis just died.
Yeah, yeah.
So 68,
Yep.
holy cow.
Scary.
He was doing a comeback special
Yeah.
in 68.
Yeah. He had
I
9
was
years.
3.
He had 9 years left then.
That's unreal.
Unbelievable.
Yeah.
Okay, next.
Super chat from Larry Reindress.
Larry Reindress.
Local Larry. How are you, brother?
JP, I think that you best call 911. There's something wrong with Sudsy. Does he have a gag order?
A gag order, yeah.
Yeah, he doesn't have a go.
He said, hand Sudsy an iPad so he can
Costs
chat.
extra.
Okay, next.
Highlighted chat from Jim Waller.
Jim,
Jim.
Waller.
Happy
Boy,
Wednesday.
I love you, buddy. Good to see you.
Great to see Steven with you. I
Yes,
wish I was
sir.
able to run into you all on this trip, but have some family priorities. Have a great trip and send updates.
We understand, and we'll see you.
I'm sure
somewheres along
I'm
the
sure
way.
there's going to be lots of
Oh yeah.
lots of posts.
Oh,
There
yeah.
should be
What
some
is to
some
ye?
members' photos and posts and
Yeah.
things.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, we
Sure.
didn't. Eli Patrick is supposed to be setting up a jam.
That's
Oh,
right.
He did not.
Ooh.
He
Yeah.
did not respond.
He'll get to us.
YouTube.
Yeah.
Turn next.
La 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 la. Oh, jeez. Super chat from Jim Hanlon.
Hey, Jimmy.
Triple J.
Oh yeah.
Hello, all. Just wanted to wish you safe travels on your trip.
Love you, Jimmy.
Thanks, buddy.
Turn next.
Oh dear, can't read that one.
Oh, come on. Those are the best ones I know.
From who?
It doesn't matter if she can't read it.
Bram
It's
Avery.
good.
Oh,
Oh, come on. Oh, no.
Let you read that on your own. Super chat from Bernice Dooley.
Bernice, love you. How you doing, dear?
I'm a bit late to the party. Missed you guys. Sudsy, was Chris's shirt a gift from you? Nice.
Yes,
Yes.
it was.
it's my sushi shirt.
I love you, Bernice. Love you. Okay, next.
Okay, I'll read it.
Good.
So it's I think it was referring to
Oh,
how
we'll
to
make it up in our heads. It's
how
okay.
to remove the K&K from a guitar, I think. But he says, Coot uses a special mixture of sake and bag sweat, which is a dash of Worcestershire sauce for flavor.
Jesus.
Worcestershire
Wow.
sauce.
Wow.
Wow.
Yeah,
Wow.
that's
Yeah.
a lot.
Turn next.
And that was from who? Bram?
Yeah.
Brad.
Yeah. Tell Bram to go out and get some methyl ethyl ketone.
Just
Can
He'll
I-
be
Next.
just fine.
Well, that's the end of the super chats.
All right, so the question tonight is,
Kirsten?
give me that fucking capo.
It's not a question.
Yeah, that's not a
The
question.
question is,
Yeah, your voice has to go up at the end.
Yeah.
Okay,
Oh, go into Dave Gunning mode here.
Yeah, there, that's a question. It went up at the end.
Sounds like a flight attendant now.
the question is,
Wash your scissors.
and this is going to be an interesting question because I'll accept two different answers for this question.
And what are they?
Is what year did Norman Boucher start Norman Guitars?
How would there be two answers to that question?
There it is.
I don't know the answers, but I know why there might be two.
Do it.
I sell the morning paper, sir. My name is Jimmy Brown. Most everybody knows that I'm the newsboy of the town. You can hear me yelling Morning Star running along the street. Most every window hat upon my head, my shoes upon my feet. I sell the morning paper, sir. My name is Jimmy Brown. Never mind, sir, how I look. Don't look at me and frown. I sell the morning paper, sir. My name is Jimmy Brown. I'm awful cold and hungry, sir. My clothes are mighty thin. I travel about from place to place for daily bread to win. I sell the morning paper, sir. My name is Jimmy Brown. My father died a drunkard, sir, I've heard my mother say. I'm helping mother, sir, as I journey on my way. My mama always tells me, sir, I've nothing in the world to lose. That I'll sell a place in heaven, sir, to sell the gospel news. I sell the morning paper, sir. My name is Jimmy Brown.
Yes, son.
I sell the morning paper, sir. My name is Jimmy Brown.
That's a perfect song.
Isn't that a great guitar? Jesus,
Yeah.
that thing's unreal.
Yeah.
I'm so proud to show it in Robin's name, and
Yeah.
it was his uncle.
Norman.
There's a great story behind these guitars, so I'm gonna tell that. I'm gonna tell the story when I get back from this trip.
We got time now.
Yeah. So the question is, when did Norman Boucher start Norman Guitars?
I feel the need to go through the honorable mentions.
Michael fucking Easter plays
Yeah.
as well.
Yeah, 1000 BC, before Cormier.
Jesus Christ.
Nice.
Before Cormier.
Nice.
Before Cormier.
Well,
That's not it.
We got 500 AD. Oh, there's another. What was the other one? I can't find it. Anyway, the first answer 1967,
Nope.
65.
Yes.
Okay, that goes to Iggy Club.
Well, that's new.
Certainly.
Iggy?
Iggy
Yeah.
Stardust.
IGGY.
Iggy Club?
Yeah, with 2 B's.
Lubb.
where did it go?
You are number 18 on the list of the potential
Iggy
winners for
Club.
the big draw.
That's the best handle.
That's a great name, Iggy Club.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, am I on that list?
Who? Oh yes,
I keep wondering every
you
week.
are.
Nope.
I
Maybe
just
he's
didn't know
not.
if I need to try harder. Empty
You're
the
not
slot.
on here.
No.
Yeah. See, I need to.
You're
keep
not
trying
on
that.
here yet.
Yeah.
All right.
Who's
shit,
next?
1965.
Who's next?
Nice try. The second one with 1965 is TJM 2022.
Is there one there with 72?
No, not between the 265s.
Okay.
Okay.
Who is
Well,
it?
wait.
TJM
Not
2022.
That's definitely not on here. TJM
Yeah.
2022. You are number 19 on the list. And there we go.
Yeah.
This is how we do it. This is how we do it.
Somebody said 2004.
I gotta find the
Negative.
stereo.
1066.
doesn't turn
5150.
on.
And there we
It's
go.
Bluetooth. It's Bluetooth.
It's booting up.
And there we have it. And
Michael Easter was on a roll with the
nothing
answers.
really
There we go.
Oh,
No,
it
it's good
always
now.
is.
It's good now.
5150.
And it's
Wow.
fucking sucks
2020.
because I can't make it work.
You got to join it.
Michael fucking
I'm
Easter's the
gonna
funniest
try
dude
to
this
join
year.
it. And we're hoping for the best.
We need a miracle. We need
And
a
I
technical
accident-
miracle over
I
here.
accidentally turned the camera
Look, I'm
on.
unemployed. Fuck off.
And there's Allie Bennett.
There he is. There's Allie
And
Bennett.
there's Allie Bennett. So
He's a
anyhow,
mother.
Oh, Iggy Club lives
Ellie
in
is Bennett.
Skim Milk, Iowa, apparently.
so a special thanks to our buddy Stephen Baker.
What?
Stephen has
Straight
been
from the tub.
has been one of our biggest supporters for
Yes, sir.
3 years.
Love you, brother.
I love you,
Hey,
buddy.
you guys are great.
You guys are gonna.
My
have a good
friend Chris Coote and the lovely Ginger
time. Ginger
and Jack and Jill
Biscuit.
who are around. We love you guys, and we're gonna be gone next week, but
And the week after.
Well, no, we're gonna
No.
get back right before the next week after.
Oh, are you?
Yes.
So and we may well be back together to give
Well,
Can we?
Can I
Update,
Can,
an
hey,
update.
can I share this information with my wife first before we go announcing that I'm changing
No.
the travel date?
you. Yeah,
He's
yeah.
not coming home. Ever. Move.
I don't
Yeah.
know if she's actually
Sell the
watching or if she
house
went to
now.
bed.
Get whatever you can for it. He's
Look,
gone.
It's a house in North.
Change the locks.
There you go. We love you guys. Thanks to all our partners. We'll see you soon.
Stay safe, everybody.
Chris Coote, JP Cormier, Stephen Becker.
Woo!
I love the Ginger. Love you. See you next week or whatever.
Feel how smooth that is in there.
Oh, I know. It's just